Hello, 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 hello. I was wondering how long I would say it until it started to sound weird. Answers the first time, I think. It sounded weird. Comics, regular books, a board game. That might be it. I think that's it. Comics first. And I didn't sort these like I normally do. So I don't know what order they're in. Let's roll with it. First up, the comic. And yeah, I'm going to say it actually. There's two Archie books that came out this week. And I'm probably going to read this book first because I loved the first issue so much. I've done nothing but talk to the shop of people about this book, and if they haven't read it, try to tell them about it, get them interested. And if they have read it, we talk about it. And I haven't met somebody yet that didn't like it. America #2. I love the cover. I love the first issue. I can't wait for this issue. I'm really excited to read this. I almost broke down and read it at the shop while I was there, but I didn't because I wanted to enjoy it. I wanted to soak it in better. Avengers #6, and they still have Alex Ross doing these covers, which they have to be paying him a good bit of money, right? Unless he's just realizing that he can do the old school Avengers and taking a pay cut. I don't know. But Del Mundo's still doing the interior art, and it's still pretty fantastic. So I'm not going to complain. I've been liking the story. I know some people who are against time travel might not be, but I am a fan. Speaking of things that I wasn't normally a fan, but I'm giving up, an opportunity to because of another thing that he wrote. I was never a big Al Ewing fan, and on Ultimates 2 got me into it. So Royals #1 I picked up. Don't know if I'm a big fan of John Woodmeyer's artwork either. If it goes well with the story, I think I'll be fine with it. It's just to me personally, it looks a little chunky to me. But there's some moments here that it looks all right. Chunky might not be the right way to explain it, but Inhumans are some of my favorite people in the Marvel universe. So I hope that's good. Uncanny Avengers #22. We have brain surgery on Red Skull happening. See how that goes. An issue that I didn't get. Might have been 2 weeks ago. Might have been last week or 2 weeks. It might have been 2 weeks ago. Curse Words #3. The shop was shorted it, so had to wait to get it this week. Riverdale #1. It's here. And I got the Jabril Morissette fan cover. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Jabril Morissette fan. I love this cover. I think that Veronica looks absolutely stunning, and Benny looks Betty to me. She just cute, just kind of hanging out. But Veronica is stunning on that. I love that Veronica. Another book that was held back that I didn't get, which I feel like I'm lucky I got, because I thought there was a decent amount of excitement about it, a decent amount of demand after it came out, but I still got my printing, I guess. Underwinter. I was really excited about this, and I'm excited to start it. It was either last week or 2 weeks ago it was supposed to come out. I don't really remember. Shade the Changing Girl #7. I believe this is the Savage cover. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. I say it every goddamn week or other week. But I love it. The other cover was gorgeous too. I think the other cover is by Clunan. But this cover, I love everything about it. And I love the book. Rock Candy Mountain, #1. Excited about this. Not a book, art-wise, I would normally get on. But the idea behind it and the story about like a hobo's utopia, I'm really excited about this. I hope this leads me down another realm of comics I normally don't like, or maybe I get attracted to a type of art that I normally don't enjoy. So looking for something good to come from that. Another great cover, Jughead #14. You know this will be second read. This will be read second, and Riverdale will be read third. But I love that cover. Look at that cover. Is it right? Am I holding it at the right spot? I don't know. I wish I could do that and know if it was right or not. Green Lanterns #20. Personally, I like the art better on the other cover, but I need to have Simon and Jessica as the central figures on my covers because that's what the book's about and that's who I care about. I adore this book. If you're not reading Green Lanterns, please go pick it up. It's fantastic. Although I heard somebody at my shop today tell me that if they start dating, they might consider dropping the book. Interesting take. Interesting take on that. Batman number 20. Not exactly the cover I wanted. I liked the other cover better, but I feel like Stick only gets covers the A cover, which I liked. I feel like he might like this one more, so it was kind of a shot in the dark of I'll get it, and then if he does like it better, we switch, and if he doesn't, whatever, I can get away with it. It was only a Batman and Bane cover. It's not anything that's gonna spoil my boxes or anything. Lastly, of the new books, Cyborg number 11. Oh, and here it is. First $3.99 book from first Rebirth $3.99 book, and we do have the digital code. Great. Why? I mean, I guess printing would be different, but I don't want the digital code. You can keep the digital code and then make the book $2.99. We talked about this when Marvel did it. Because even though it's $3.99, it says free digital comic code inside. But you raised the price $1. So is it really free? And my back issue of the week. Got lucky. Found this in a box it wasn't supposed to be in. So got it for my normal dollar bin prices. This is the new Millie the Model, number 162. And I did the because that's definitely what that is, right? Millie the Model. Definitely. A wonderful cover where a lifeguard says, "Sorry, miss, but your swimsuit is too brief for the beach." And she says, "What swimsuit? This is my street dress. I haven't changed yet." Great times. Great times. Okay, back issue out of the way. By way of new books, anybody who is Snapchat friends with me knows that I've saved. I made 3 different trips this week to get books. 2 of them to the same place. The first time, a myriad of kids' books, some certain books here and there. I have a plan. I'm trying to do something with these kids' books, so I'm always on the lookout for kids' books as well, children's books, kids' books, young adult books. Not exactly young adult books because that has a whole other audience, if you will. But then that same person messaged me. I went up and got more books, and in there, the entire, I believe it's complete, 1965 Life World Library. I just picked up Israel. I just grabbed 2 out of the box randomly, and they happen to be Israel and Ireland. But these are great. I like these books a lot, and you don't really find complete sets. So I'm really going to check out. I'm going to check out, see if I can figure out if it's a whole set or not. I'm sure there's a checklist in one of these or tells you all the books in the series. But got that. Then there's more books got from her. Not all of them were kids' books, but I haven't really wanted a chance to go through them all and separate them yet because the actual kids books are going into a. I just have something planned for them. They're not going into my library. They're not going into my collection, unless it would be something that I had as a child or something along those lines. But I do have some books still from these stacks. Oh no, more books. Saved more books today. Probably got 4 or 5 boxes still in my car that I need to bring up. Things, Stephen King first editions, some Clive Barkers, a whole box of Anne Rice, and 3 other boxes I didn't really go through. So when I get through those, maybe we'll do that as well. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 piles left over here. Holy shit. Maybe 8 piles left to do the game with. Probably more. But maybe when those are done and I find a place for them, I need shelves. Shelving gods. When I find a place for those, I'll bring the other ones in after I get them into my system, categorized or cataloged into my library, and then we play a little game with them. We'll see what happens. I don't know. As of now, play the game with these. First up, we have a a biography, I guess, a Gateway biography. Yeah, it says on the back Gateway biography of Elie Wiesel. It says he's bearing witnesses by Michael Pariser. And if you don't know who Elie Wiesel is, or Elie Wiesel, he wrote Night. I think the sequel to that was Morning or Day or Dawn. It was Dawn. But it was all about him being a child in a concentration camp during the Holocaust. And holy shit, I read it in high school. It touched me in a way I never thought a book would. Read it later as as an older human being, and oh man, it's hard. It's hard to read. It's probably one of my favorite books of all time. But it's hard to say that something of that subject matter is your favorite because it's like when I watch a war movie or when I watch a movie of like somebody just being tortured and surviving it. I can't like rate it high in my head. I don't want to say that's a good movie because it's poor subject matter. So, I mean, I don't know. I saw this and I had to pick it up. Very large font here. So that looks like a read that I could read in 15 minutes. Oh, I didn't guess a year on this. He died. He was 87 when he died. I think this came out before he died. There is no cover price on this. I gotta wing this, I guess. 97. I truly have no idea where to even. 94. That's pretty close for not even having a clue. Next up is the Iliad by Homer, which this may be the third copy of this that I saved. Just a standard hardback, no dust jacket. Nothing really super decorative about it. Seems a little older though. Published by the Classics Club Library. If I had to wager a guess on this, I don't know, 1963. I want to go later. I wanted to say like 72, but I'm going to 63. And I was, okay, I should have went the other way. It is 1942. 42. Got a war issue of the Iliad. Next up, we have Dorothy Unak's Law and Order. Hardback, no dust jacket. Looks like there was a dust jacket at some point, other than as opposed to the Iliad, which looks like it may not have had one. Law and Order by Dorothy Unak, published by Simon & Schuster. No cover price, obviously. Nice decal edge. I like a decal edge. 1981. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Let's see. Published by Simon & Schuster. 1973. Should have went the other way. Should have went back. 73 for Law and Order. Next up, we have William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist. Little beat up. I mean, dust jacket's not in the best shape. Looks like there might be even some water damage to the book itself, but just staining. I guess not any warping of any kind. This is a book club edition. Man, 1972, 73. I'm gonna go 72 with it. Maybe earlier. Published by Harper and Row Publishers. 1971. Good times. By the way, this was published simultaneously in Canada by Fitzhenry and Whiteside Limited, Toronto. Nice to have that, though. It's a nice cover. That's a nice dust jacket, too. Nice cover on that. Next up, we have Andre Dubus. I'm not exactly sure. Selected Stories. I don't know anything about Andre Dubus or Andre Dubus. I honestly don't know who he is. Has a cover price on here, $10.95. So we actually have a price. This is paperback, by the way. 1991. Probably earlier. It's probably in the 80s. But I'm going 91. I think I was way off. Oh, no, 1989. This is the first vintage contemporaries edition. I guess that's an imprint they kind of use. I don't even know what this is about. Looks like it might just be like short stories of his. Be interested to check that out. Next up, we have Museums in New York by Fred W. McDara. I guess it includes historic houses, zoos, botanical gardens, and libraries. A complete reference guide illustrated with 200 photographs. It's a Dutton paperback. I don't have a cover price for it. Hey, cover designs by Phyllis Krim, so go Phyllis. Good job. This has to be a 70s thing, right? It looks like a 70s thing. I feel like these books sold a lot in the 70s. I'm going to 75 on museums in New York. I think I might even be a little late. Might be earlier than that. This is 1967. Yes, yes. I'd be interested to know if how many of these are still around. Maybe I'd do some research on that at some point and figure that out. Two left. Two left. The Snare of the Hunter by Helen McInnes. I like that cover. And I like her on the back there. Look, she looks very stoic. I like that. I like that picture. Cover is very nice too, though. Pins and a map of kind of a silhouette of a girl. I like that. Cover price, don't know. It's a book club edition. So 1969. Has to be 69. If I can find the copyright page. Well, I can tell you it's 1974 because that's what the copyright page says. So I was wrong. And last one for this, and I still have a board game that I forgot about until this very moment. Also forgot that I'm very parched and I would like a drink. So bear with me for 2 seconds, although you've already bared? Have bared? Yeah. Okay. Castle Malandine, a novel by the author of Serena, Hilary Ford. I'm trying to see who did the art on that cover. I don't know. I like that cover, though. I believe this is also a book club edition. Yes, it is. This one seems to be in better condition, and coloring may be different. I'm going to say 1971. 1971 for Castle Madeline. And for the win or loss, it is 1975. Okay, that's a draw. And lastly, before I get out of your hair and say goodbye, the board game I picked up this week. Oh boy. I don't have any nostalgia with this game. I don't have any. Tell you the truth, I had this game. I do remember having it, but I just remember seeing the side of it. I don't think it ever came out of our board game cabinet. I don't know why. Maybe, and I don't want to get darker than I just had a very dark image that I don't really want to get down that road, but like maybe my family was falling apart by the time I was old enough to play this game, and I know that sounds a little darker and it wasn't meant to be, but that might be what happened. We weren't playing games anymore by the time I was old enough to play this, perhaps. I don't know. But it is Go to the Head of the Class by Milton Bradley. This is 1986, I believe. 86 this came out, and it's like a kid's Trivial Pursuit. But the dynamic about it and the system of it is whoever's at the head of the class, basically you go through and you answer questions. I haven't played it yet. I just like looked at it, read through some of the instructions. If you're in first place, you get like 1 point for the. If you're at the head of class already, you get 1 point for right answer. The farther down you are, like if you're in eighth, I think it's for 8 players, up to 8 players, perhaps 2 to 6. If you're in sixth place, you get 6 points for the correct answer, as opposed to the 1 that the first place gets. So there's a dynamic that you're constantly, even if you're the smartest, if you get one right, you're only getting 1 point if you're consistently the smartest. But if you're in sixth, so the lead could definitely shift back and forth. And I was looking at some of the questions, and there's different levels of them. Like there's sophomore, junior, and senior questions. That might not be the right terms they're using, but that's what kind of it is like. And I'm going to be honest, some of the like junior questions, as an adult, I feel like I should have known, or perhaps some of them were of the time, which are just going to be really fun to play. I'm excited to play Go to the Head of the Class. I think it's basically complete. I got it from Goodwill. I think it's missing a die, which can easily be replaced. And there may be one of the game pieces missing, but it's just like a Chutes and Ladders kit. The stands are all here. The papers, the questions are here. So it'll be exciting to see. The questions are student, scholar, and graduate. Student questions are geared for children. Teenagers are answer the scholarly questions, and adults the graduate questions. So I feel like when I play this, I'm going. By the way, deluxe edition. I'm going to want to remake this game, and I won't be that hard. All I have to do is go and find my own questions. And I feel like this could be I feel like this game could be put out right now, and it would be a good game, and it would sell well. But I'm not in the game business, so I don't really have a say in that. But I do remember having this, never played it. Excited to bust it out on game night sometime and play. If you want to get an idea of what the class kind of looks like, it is kind of like a Chutes and Ladders board. I don't know. But it will happen. And not only is this kid going to the front of the class, he's skidding up there while leaning. So not only is he smart as shit, he's a badass. I'm done. Thank you for watching. Genuinely appreciate every one of you. Genuinely appreciate every one of you. Thank you for watching. Leave me comments. Follow me on Twitter at BreakdownBrand. Follow my podcast at Earbones Comics. Nope, wrong. At Earbones Podcast. It's on YouTube at Earbones Comics. I will put the link to those below. Oh, that's enough. I forgot another thing. On my friend's gaming channel, the same guy I do the podcast with. We recently had our title match. We played WWF No Mercy on the N64 WrestleMania week in order to see who the champion was. He made a belt. It was utter domination. I took him down like I said I would. My promos were not false. So I do have the belt, and I wanted to have that in this video, and I forgot it. Maybe I'll just wear it the whole next video. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But check out the gaming channel. Will also be linked down below. I have irons and a lot of fires, and none of the fires are good. Even my personal fires, not good. And I can't spread these books properly, so we're just going to wing it. Thanks for watching. Love yourselves, love each other, and read Archie. Read Archie.